Greetings everyone, Agion here, another Company Heroes 2 replay. I spawn on the right side as the OKW player. We have Cherdley. Spawn on the left side as the Soviet Reserve Army. We have Maxreiley.
You need something demolished.
There's a conscript opener, a Kubelwagen opener.
Engineer standing by.
Soviet Reserve Army, I need to relook at this one, because it has gone over a small rework, because beforehand it was, had the Parson anti-tank hunters, and not team weapon drop. What else was it? Graphic conscription, that was there. The PPSHs, that was there. What was that last ability? It was some sort of conscript. Oh, maybe it was conscript repairs. It was actually, even though it had a partisan anti-tank, the anti-tank hunters, it had a lot of conscript elements to it. A third set of conscripts coming on out. Volksgrenadiers, Kubelwagen down south. Now we have the combat engineers captured at this point.
Ready for action.
So likely the first engagement will be the Kubelwagen engaging these combat engineers. And the combat engineers not even firing back just yet. Now 2 rifles are firing, so a lot of free damage here by the Kubelwagen. Conscripts eyeing for some sandbags. And gave some free damage there when he's still trying to deploy the sandbags. He needs to run a little bit farther forward. Honestly, I think you can get into the heavy cover here. It depends if that's traversable terrain or not, but it looks like it's not traversable terrain, those bushes. Stone Pioneers try to go for some wire. Preemptive wire, trying to prevent any sort of sandbags. Getting a lot of free damage here. I would say you just run after him. There's no time, if you just would have run after them, he would have got a lot of free damage. Volksgrenadiers behind lots of heavy cover here. Could focus the combat engineers, try to prevent them from decapturing that point. This squad is getting the combat engineers, but this squad is hitting the conscripts very early in incendiary grenade. He will decapture at that point in time. Combat engineers will try to be even more pesky. Sandbags here, deployed by the conscripts, being utilized by the Stone Pioneers. That is the SWS half-track. Ooh! Kubelwagen does go down. And he only has 2 squads of Volks, and he's fighting against 2 combat engineers, 2 conscripts, so there's going to be huge field control by the Soviet player. Is there a doctrine for Jaeger light infantry? Nope, there is not. He could save up some Falchion Jaegers.
Let's go.
Oh, and getting some free damage there. Drop the model there. Battle Group HQ going on down. He may be eyeing some MG-34s.
Target secure. Grenadiers operational. Mission accomplished.
He could be eyeing the 221. Here we go. We got the Falchion Jaeger Doctrine Luftwaffe Ground Forces. These folks are going to be easily overwhelmed. He's a little bit far away from getting any Falchion Jaegers. It's half a command point. Which, when you're trying to go for... Oh, MG-34, that's good. When you're trying to go for these units, or trying to save up manpower for those units, it can be a bit frustratingly how long sometimes it can feel. Because you have to generally lose models to help get that efficiency up, as well as killing models. These conscripts are quite wounded as well, which is also really hard for delaying... Oh, he may lose a combat engineer... Stone Pioneer. But yeah, the fact that he only got 1 model there really hurts him trying to save up for those Falchion Jaegers. And that may be flanking shots. And it looks like it's not flanking.
New conscripts Squads will now be armed with PPSH.
There we go. Now you can bring in some Jaegers, but he needs a bit more manpower.
To join our forces to help inspire
Could cancel one of these reinforcements to deploy out a Jaeger. Its cutoff is here, but it's also captured that fuel point. Here comes some Jaegers. Looks like being deployed out around here. Or perhaps around here. Oh wait, there's a smoke. And he actually is deploying partially in heavy cover. There could be a lot of model drops here. If he runs it down, he needs to start running it down. He could get the squad wipe if he gets... If he would have run it down a little bit sooner, it would have been a little bit better. We do got a half-track coming on out. Looks like he's going for it probably is meant for the quad half-track. Which is probably a good idea since he definitely knows what doctrine his opponent's gone for thanks to the Jaegers. Jaegers eyeing gets some heavy cover. Ooh, Flamer on the flank. He needs to start focusing that Flamer. Volksgrenadier has retreated back. He does have the medic upgrade. MG34 set up in a very good position. We'll get suppression there on this one squad, but it's going to be run down. In fact, point blank 50 cal could do some good work. Overextended, perhaps. He needs another squad of Jaegers, but he needs to get a Bekenderwerfer out as well. Pulling out some landmines.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Enemy is alerted to our presence. Prepare for counter-strike.
Getting
Ooh.
ready.
He's hopped in some of those conscripts in the back. And the engineer. I can understand the engineer for the flamer, but
Officer deploying now, comrade.
they have a cavalry style. A lot of Soviet landmines everywhere as well. Gets the cutoff point once again. Probably should use the MG to capture that point since it's more a defensive tool than an offensive tool. Could get out a Panzerfaust. No, he can't get a Panzerfaust off because he doesn't have the upgraded mechanized support battle group. Ooh, good landmine detonation there, and there's still another landmine here. And landmines are pretty effective versus the Jaegers. Expensive hits. The Bekenderwerfer does roll a miss. And thanks to that miss, he will manage to escape on out of there. He does spot the Commissar squad, which could mean one of two doctrines. Ooh, that could be a great grenade. Good grenade. And he misses his landmine. Note to self, retreat path right there. Found the landmine. Finds the landmine. Those landmines have been brutal. MG34 getting some good hits there. Though did find a shooting line this time. Volksgrenadiers at point blank range for conscripts. All comes down to who gets the first shots off. The Jaegers should come over to support it. The Bekenderwerfer could go over to the MG34. Does not get the suppression there, dropping some support weapons. Very nice. He gets himself a Maxim and Zis gun.
Ready to deploy!
Those combat engineers are equating to a lot of field control. You got 4 potential good capturing squads here, but you got up to 7 here, or 6. Capture. There may be a second flamer here.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Not being upgraded with second flamer, but does allow... There's only 4 spots in the back? I thought there was more spots in the back.
Trigger rapid conscription at your
Oof.
command.
If he actually would have run that guy down, he would have got the squad wipe. If we get away for a setup in a good spot, we'll not get a shot off.
Fire support! This is it. Capture complete. Weapon squad, hold Achtung! Prepare for action. Check equipment. Selected to
Let's see, we've got sheer panzer quarters coming on down. Yeah, he does have enough now for the flak gun upgrade, which will give him, of course, more FG-42
The command vehicle has
upgrade.
gone static. HQ operations now underway.
Unit ready.
Okay, now we're first following him back. MG-34 up here. More landmines going on down. With the amount of landmines deployed, he probably should have got the bulletin for cheaper landmines and faster landmine laying. Maximus here does have the conscript defenders, not the standard defenders, so he does have a lot of good defensive firepower. Does throw a senior grenade, but he dodges out.
Territory.
Building complete.
Enemy contact! Taking fire! Aufgepasst! Check equipment. That driver sight to medium range. Small arms fire!
Stone Pioneers making advance, does receive a frag grenade there. Good hit. And is now reinforcing the squads in the front line. Since it's not a quad upgrade, this forward reinforcements has just can be very handy. Ooh, good hit.
Standing by.
More and more landmines. Hitting the sandbags, very nice.
Contact with the enemy! Contact! Small arms fire!
Does use the defensive mode on that conscript squad, but does get suppressed. This gun barrage, bring on the MG-34. Storm Pioneers and Ocean Diggers making the advance. Going to pass for a bundle grenade, yes. This is going to be a deadly bundle grenade. Ooh. They do not get the squad wipe, but may decrew the assist gun. Gets reinforced right there. Yeah, it does get
Brave
decrewed.
infantry have made the ultimate sacrifice.
And melee force firing and destroying that AT gun, very nice. The Soviet players are losing a lot of manpower here. No FG upgrade just yet, though he can get it. He definitely needs a Minesweeper upgrade. T-34-76 on the build queue, very nice.
Grenadiers ready.
Potentially we'll see an Incendiary Grenade.
Promotion!
Actually, only one of these Volks Grenadiers also have STGs. He doesn't really have the munitions, really. Ooh, frag grenade onto the Volks. Another squad of Fulton Jaegers. Oof. Are there any more landmines? There's another landmine right here. Combat engineers load up in back of this half track.
34 ready for combat.
Ooh, good hit. The Kennewerfer is trying to set on up. Great hit. And he's making it dance. That is all up to him.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
Oh, but the T-34-76 is making itself known. A lot of good juicy targets right here. And there's still Soviet landmines everywhere.
Battery ready. Get into march. Protect the flank. Taking fire. Hostile fire. Hostile fire.
Good hit there. Mechanical does get a good rear armor hit. 2 good rear armor hits.
Taking panzer fire.
Ooh,
Veterancy awarded.
what squad was that? It was a combat engineer squad.
Do not show fear.
And I think that was only 2 models there because it was the one that got killed from the half track. Really good pickup right there. That reduces the repairs for the T-34-76. Now the other combat engineer, the Flamer squad, just had to stay a bit farther back and not be too aggressive.
Listen up, men. Combat engineer.
Which is up here, being aggressive. And may actually lose a combat engineer squad, depending how everything goes. But it looks like it probably won't. Officer squad does get suppressed by the MG-34 on the wrong side of those sandbags. Gets fully pinned and may actually get wiped right here. Though he may lose his Jaeger. Forgot about this one. Sandbags do go down. He's trying to hit that Jaeger. It will escape on out there, but the Penwoofer needs to fall back. The officer squad did also manage to survive as well, but barely. Let's see, what can the...
Enemy infantry.
Looks like the OKW player is going for Panzer IV-8.
Under fire. How can we help?
Does destroy the sandbag, it's very nice. But though, you can still use these sandbags. And this landmine still has not been detonated. But these 334 needs to sort of slow down a bit. He has very little health remaining. Hit the dirt. Again, Warfare does, of course, destroy the sandbags. And ooh, with spotting for the Volksgrenadier, that's a lot of damage that can come on down.
Panzer IV, ready for action.
Sturm Pioneers falling on the back.
Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades. Conscripts, now you can use Molotovs to burn
That's a
those
Soviet
bastards.
landmine there. Force fire the ground, rolls a miss, but nice try. Rolls another miss. Cannon-Whipper eyeing perhaps force fire the ground as well. Panzer IV founds that landmine I mentioned earlier. Does receive a pen from this T-34. Panzer IV rolls another miss. Bounce right there. Decides to stop ground, does get a good hit there. Needs a Panzerfaust to help support. Good pen there. Cannon-Whipper does get a pen as well. Good pen there. And both tanks go down. Very good landmine.
Medium tank was destroyed.
Up here, this Panzer IV harassing these units. With one on another, the Cannon-Whipper is going to be very needed.
Ready.
An anti-tank gun has taken the field.
Up here, we got the Sturm Pioneers making their advance. Nice little Molotov there. Volksgrenadiers making their advance. T-34 rolls a miss down south. We got the Volksgrenadier. Oh, but this officer squad does lose another model there. Kenworth does get a hit there. That may be dead officer. Not pursuing it, which I believe is an there's a Maxim there, so the hit or miss whether that would killed or not. MG-34, the Kenworth right here. Vet 5 Sturm Pioneers in the area. The Kenworth rotating on over. MG-34 to cover. Does suppress both the squads now. Both the Kenworthers are here. One pen. Sturm Pioneers have fallen back. These guys are trying to recover some suppression. Sticking to the cover, very nice. But the engineers, they're maintaining suppression for a bit of time. Could see a frangible smoke grenade. Kenworth coming over here. Nice little hit and run, stops the capture as well. North side, so just these support weapons. Good hit there.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
And this T-34 needs to fall back and get some repairs, that's for sure. Let's see now. Sturm Pioneers are being upgraded with a Panzerschreck. Oh, use the red prescription, so losing models give him some more squads to throw into his opponent. So I'm surprised we haven't seen any PPSH squads yet, but I suppose once fighting against Panzer Fusiliers wouldn't be all too great. Another T-34 76 out in the field. This MG-34 is getting flanked. Good hit there by the Kenworth. Panzerschreck does connect as well. It'll take another Panzerschreck hit before that means anything. Bolts fired, very nice. Maxim's getting nice flanking hits on that Kenworth. Panzerschreck squad still here. Will get hit there. Now two Kenworth shots will take it out. And there's two comm engineers, so he has a lot of repairs. Both of these Panzer IVs are here. They're severely wounded. They both need to fall back and get repairs, and his engineers are going forward and capturing.
Enemy contact! There! Hit him! Hit him! Under effective fire!
Well, in this Vulture Maker is now Veteran C3. Could see a bundle grenade right here. The OKW player has a lot. Oh, he's saving up for a Panther. He needs 185 fuel for the Panther, which would be a good option versus the T-34s, along with the Super Cool Air support, or the airborne assault, I should say.
Drive out the invaders!
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Fall back! Fall back! Ready! Setback ball finished! We're taking losses!
Good hits.
Waiting orders!
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
We must defend this territory!
Oof. That conscript squad's received the pounding, that's for sure. Officer squad is here. Could throw a stun grenade. Nope, decides just to fall back. This munition point is going to be very important for the OKW player. The longer he holds it, the better. Both the Kenworth up north. Panther on the build queue. Did not queue up repairs.
Supplies
Fulging makers are making advance. May need to throw a bundle grenade. Does throw a bundle grenade. So does a Molotov. And that destroyed the sandbags as well. Oh, that was unlucky. Holy crap. That. Oof. As much as you liked seeing that stuff, that was just over the top. The T-34 is like, yep, I'm here, now die. The Cannon Warfare's getting hit significantly. MG-34 is actually back at home. I thought it was up here. He is going to throw a frag grenade on top of his Volksgrenadiers. They do stay behind the heavy cover, which actually allows them to minimize the entire damage. That grenade was placed so it hits a squad that falls back from cover. Down south, we got a Molotov on top of these conscripts. 2 T-34s are here. He has deployed a first squad of Fulging Jaegers. I probably would have not have done that. Probably would have gone for another MG-34 myself, just to make sure to cover more flanks. Does get another hit there, the Panzer Shrek. And the MG-34 does manage to suppress that conscript squad. And there goes that fresh squad of Fulging Jaegers to a Molotov. He does have hit the... Nope, not hit the dirt. I thought it was hit the dirt. That was actually a defensive buff from the officer. If he had hit the dirt turned on, then he could easily instant crush them. Maxim here.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Looks like more airdrop supplies, getting out another Zis gun and Maxim. Good hit there, but the T-34 does get a good hit. The Cannon Warfare's rotating on over. Good hit there. The Cannon Warfare A moving forward, which is not a good idea.
Supply sector under attack.
Volksgrenadier getting overwhelmed from multiple angles. This conscript is still suppressed. AT guns setting on up. Bounces. We'll have the rear armor shown. It's a pen. AT grenades have been researched. Of course, we saw those small tops everywhere. Does avoid that frag. Another Molotov here. So these Fulging Jaegers need to fall back. Oh, crap. Not again. Well, I get 2 stars of veterancy. Very close to 3. Up north, we got the Volksgrenadier and Sturm Pioneers. Another half-track coming on out. He's eyeing for either the mechanized HQ and for just additional repairs, or perhaps maybe he's going to eye the King Tiger.
This now belongs to the people and workers of the Soviet Union. Your predecessor died.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Found that Soviet landmine I've pointed over many times. This gun comes to spawn. Sturm Pioneers could perhaps too many guys nearby for him to quickly repair it up. If the Panther would stop moving, the Sturm... Wait, no, for landmines you have to get it fully repaired. Down south, we've got these conscripts that are severely when it does fall back in time. Mechanowiffer hit. This Mechanowiffer is very bad angle. Potion makers force him back. The officer's quite wounded. Could use the distribute medical supplies to keep himself up.
The enemy has 300 points remaining. T-34, crude loaded and ready.
We must defend this territory.
Depending where that lag shot lands, could actually wipe out that squad. Where the commissar was, that could actually wipe out the squad.
The sector is at risk.
Good hit there. Mechanowiffer does get another shot off. T-34s once again need dire need for repairs.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Shroom Pioneers will manage to capture the central VP, but there's nothing really to hold them back, just a lag. It is at Vet 3. Throws out some of his own smoke, which the conscripts will take that time to build up some sandbags. Flamer forcing back the engineer, not the engineer, the Mechanowiffer. Does destroy the sandbags of lag now. Gets a great hit right there. Depending where that next shot lands, could actually wipe out that squad. Pretty close. And actually, defense crews actually managed to get a kill right there. One infantry kill.
We have finished the enemy. Enemy contact. Well done, comrade. It's out.
There's after defensive mode right there. MG-34 is, however, here to cover. These Volks conscripts are trying to flank, but they were unsuccessful. These Volks, while they have do have 5 swords, which means if they get out of combat, they can actually heal themselves. Fully pins down.
Forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Stukas of Foos on the build queue, so he's not going for the King Tiger, but Stukas of Foos, which could be quite deadly. Does drop a model there, but these guys can. Ooh. Sometimes you don't really need those incendiary grenades. Steel Pioneers getting ripped apart, burned alive. Good hit there. Stukas Foos barrage raining on in somewhere. Perhaps right here. Oh, direct hit on the conscripts. Good hits onto the AT gun as well. That is a severely wounded AT gun. Good hit there. Multiple good hits, and now the Panther just need to get one more shot. Oh no, the Panther's gonna get it. NL20 on the build queue. Actually, not on the build queue, actually fully built.
The sector is at risk.
Soviet player has a lot of kills as well. More T-34 and L or Su-85 probably would be pretty good. ML20 gets a good hit right there. Decides to retreat back early. Probably a good idea. Conscripts being buffed by the Commissar, but will immediately get suppressed. Lag getting another good hit in the lag up to still just 3 stars of efficiency, almost at 4. Shown Pioneers do not stop the capture. MG34 coming to support. That is also the other MG34s at Vet 5. This squad's getting currently suppressed. T-34 here. This gun has been reinforced. Ooh, good hit there by the T-34. Ooh. He's going to keep around just to capture that point. Or at least, at minimum, decapture. I was just, he decided to retreat back nice and early. And this could be quite deadly. Going straight for the, Maxim. Both those rounds landed exactly in the same spot. ML20 raining on in for around here. Looks like a good spot. Gets a good hit there on the Panther. Ooh, direct hit on the lag as well. The lag does get one really good shot in. Accuracy buff on these conscripts. Trying to repair up the maximum combat. It's probably not a good idea. Ooh, we've got this airborne assault being called on in. Does get a good hit there. More good hits. Almost wiped out that conscript squad. Oof. Pioneers, however, getting burned alive. Lots of reinforcing infantry here. Maxim that was dropped by the T weapon drop was never actually recruit.
Half-track has been assigned to our forces.
So he spent 325 manpower to get a 320 AT gun without the crew members. I started to disagree with that. Might as well pick up the Maxim. We do have a built-out M5 half-track. Needs a bit of munitions just to get the quad. There are still Soviet landmines everywhere. He has recruited the lag as well. Does stop the capture there, but the lag first shot does a pretty good hit. T-34, however, gets another really good hit as well. Could actually push these Buchanan-Whipper a little bit farther forward just to get and keep them camouflaged. Stuxafus raining on in somewhere. Largely missed. We got something there on it. I think it's the fear propaganda. Yep. The OKW player needs a little bit more infantry assets. He just doesn't have a Volks or maybe a Fallschirmjäger or Obersoldatz at this point in time. Obersoldatz would probably be a little bit better. Good hit there. Incendiary grenade. Also destroying the sandbags, very nice. Good smoke barrage from the lag, but with the conscripts now pushing up forward. Yeah, does throw a Molotov right on top of those Volksgrenadier. Does decapture the point, but the conscripts are actually not in the radius. It may not actually be a path through here. Next now is gauging Panther, force hitting those combat engineers. Lots of Soviet infantry in this area. Stukas is off cooldown. Hint, hint. Stukas is advancing or moving. Destroy the sandbags right there. Lie get pushed way too far forward. And, ooh, and the 20 getting some good hits there. Here comes Stukas. Depending where's landing, oh. If it was barrage this way or this way, that would have been deadly, but guess not. Is this gun trying to destroy these weapons? One weapon down. I can see it rotating. It's hitting the... Oh, the ML-20 got that one. The OKW player... Both clubs have a lot of tickets left, so the OKW player could save up for King Tiger. He just needs manpower. And not to get his Panther snared.
The enemy is reduced to 200 points. We are losing
Does this
supplies
guy
to the enemy.
have... yes, he does have repair engineers. Here comes a Stuka close air support. And he has not actually got the quad upgrade. Bit of an oversight right there. This other MG-34 could move over this section here. This Vikenwerfer is just down south capturing up some points next to a Soviet landmine that he does not know about yet.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
I hear landmine detonations everywhere. Quad is now being upgraded for quad. I just have a good feeling that this is going to be a T-34 is going to get a good shot off on these bolts here. I don't know why, but I just feel like it. Yeah, that's a decent shot. Combat Engineers forces back. Kind of work for getting a couple good hits in. Combat Engineers swarm the Sturm Pioneers. Here's a problem why I don't like the single Panzer Strike upgrade. You need 2 hits in order for the enemy to make any change when fighting against tanks. Not just 1. And it reduces the damage quite a bit. Good hit there. Almost got the Combat Engineer as well. Because if he didn't have the Panzer Strike upgrade there, he may have actually would have won that engagement based on how everything was going. Goes out of frag, does dodge it. Trying to hit that MG-34, has repositioned, very nice. Vikenwerfer's forced on back. Panther's pushing away those conscripts. There's landmines everywhere up here. And I see the King Tiger out on the field now.
Have fallen to 300.
Good hit there on the conscript squad. Panther has received a pen from the Zis gun. The Zis gun's at vet 2, which increases rate of fire, but not penetration. It's vet 3 increases penetration. Which honestly is a bit more important against these heavier targets.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Though I suppose a higher rate of fire does mean more chances of getting a pen. MG34 suppresses and pins both those squads. Suxafus off cooldown. Well, it looks like there's 2 squads up here, but just the one. Good hit there on the
enemy is encroaching
Commissar.
on our territory.
And the Stream Pioneer squad will need to fall back. Suxafus raining on in somewhere over here. Trying to eye for that Zisk gun. Get some good hits there on the ML20, but not really, actually. He tried to. King Tiger making his advance in center. Conscripts Urong forward. Great hit there on the Zisk gun. Panzer IV, not Panzer IV, T-34 not really doing all too much. This next shot could be quite deadly. Sandbags destroyed. Panther slowly whittling away at this conscript squad.
Losing supplies to the enemy.
Did he not move the Stuka? No, he's just trying to hit the MG34. I thought he was just doing a counter barrage on the last known position of the Stuka, which sometimes can net you a kill, but it's just sort of unlikely. Incendiary grenade on the conscripts. Walking through the VP itself.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
There is a landmine has been swept by the Stream Pioneers. King Tiger making his advance. Ooh, good hit.
I just did something for the pain.
Ready for orders.
There is an SUD-5 now out on the field.
Mine detectors have arrived to help us avoid
T-34, ready for action.
Engineer standing by.
Here comes more Fallschirmjägers. Avoids the landmine, but does get a good hit down the quad. And if he retreats back, he may actually hit the landmine. Quad does go down, misses a lot of stuff here, but got some other damage as well. So I really can't tell if that was a good barrage or bad barrage. None of the medics went down. I don't think hardly any models went down, but good damage across the board. Though the Commissar could just activate the healing ability. There goes the sandbags. Oof, good hit there. And there's a wipe on that MG34. In fact, the whole gun could go down. Another great hit by the King Tiger. Oof, I thought that was going to be a wipe. More STGs. Not STGs, FG-42s. Bundle grenade. Oh, that could be deadly. Oh. But that was... There goes a conscript squad. Ooh, good hit. Down south, we've got the infantry advancing. Comm engineers won't be able to hold up. Panther tank moving forward. Does get a hit there on the Vet 3 T-34. T-34 does get a pen. SUD-5 rolls a bounce. Commissar squad forced back. Vet 3 Zisk gun is very important. Suksafus raining on in. It's actually a pretty good hit on the T-34, which I think put up the vet too. Now 2 shots from any anti-tank source will kill off the T-34, or 1 Faust and a King Tiger shot. Soviet landmines are still everywhere. Ooh. Going for a Faust, but gets wiped for it. Panther found that landmine that we mentioned before. S-35 does get a good hit there. Where's the King Tiger? All the way back at home. This may be the death of the Panther.
100 points. Do not let this trend continue.
I would. He needs 2 shots and he doesn't want to get hit. Close range barrage, trying to hit these infantry units. I think that's fear propaganda. Yeah, fear propaganda graining on in.
Showing weakness. We are down to 75 points.
Soviet players on the last 75 tickets. King Tiger not fully repaired. The Panther did manage to escape. Storm Pioneers need help with repairs. Oh, that King Tiger's been on point with his shots. Oof. He's going to try to decapture the point. Force. He does manage to escape on out there. S-35 still severely wounded. Here comes the engineers for repairs. Well, also right now, even a stupid Suksafus barrage could take out this T-34, I mean Su-85. Oh wait, the Storm Pioneers went down somewhere. Oof, big loss.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
I wonder where that Storm Pioneer went. It went down pretty quickly. Oh, there they are. Went down to the T-34. That T-34 has been deadly. 35 kills. Going for a Volksgrenadier. He just needs, basically just needs bodies. Full Volksgrenadier have more entities, so it's a little bit, they're more resilient to the T-34 than the Bolshevik Jaegers. Good hit there. Oh, this is going to be a shooting gallery. Both these vehicles are so wounded. Does get the engine snared, misses the T-34. Is this gun right here? And I think this Panther should be able to get out there. It has plenty of health. Does this gun will take a bit of time. It's not setting up the most optimal angles. King Tiger's coming here to support. We've got airstrikes coming on in. The infantry only covers around this singular area. So if you want those infantry strikes to hit something, you have to turn it right on something. Another snare, but it won't get the kill. And ultimately getting some good hits there. Could use Spearhead, but this gun, it's not looking all too great. Good hit there on the Zis gun. Could have actually got the kill on the T-34 if it would have realized it. It's going a bit risky. He's trying to kill the AT gun off. Very nice. Another 234-85 on the build queue. Oh, this is a little bit too... He really wants to kill that anti-tank gun, not anti-tank gun, artillery. Which he killed one of the crew members. Gets a direct hit there. T-34 trying to circle around, does get a good side armor hit. Trying to go for a snare. We'll get the snare. Needs to go for a snare of his own. Main gun destroyed, that is huge. He needs an Ural forward in order to get another shot off, another AT grenade off, but no, he's not.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
Throws off another Molotov. And there's no anti-tank mines on the retreat path. No Sturm Pioneers as well, so this King Tiger's knocked out for quite some time. S-35 coming for a hunt. No shoe mines on either said path. And there goes the King Tiger. And this Panther has fire, does not hold fire state, and it can go down to the S-85 as well. Another direct hit, and with its damaged engine, S-85 is going to get 2 kills. Because he just didn't properly place... Ooh, nice smoke run. He's going to force fire the ground.
Victory is slipping from our grasp. We have only 50 points remaining.
He's going to barrage the center point. A very... Oh, there goes the officer.
Killed another infantry squad.
Ooh, looks like he's barraging the base, maybe? It's hard to tell where he's actually barraging. Maybe he's going right here.
Show no mercy. No retreat.
More Volks coming to reinforce. It's the Vet 5 Volks. Good Molotov there. Good hit there. Another good hit.
The enemy is taking what we have
Incinerate
secured.
in turn. These are combat engineers with minesweepers. It's really hard for me to tell who's actually going to win this fight. Wounded Volks, Vet 5 Volks, and 2 minesweeper combat engineers. The combat engineers are not in the capture point. Now they are. Now Vet 2 combat engineers. 4-man conscripts rushing on forward. Another that game went on for so long. Another incendiary grenade could come out. Vet 3 conscripts. Looks like the Panther is repaired enough. Another Molotov here. And the Pinto Mount's actually doing some good work there. Oof. He needs to get on the far side. I feel like people keep focus sight on too much for the Su-85. Suka's Zafus. Direct hit. And getting multiple good hits, actually. Gets up the Vet 3. I think that was, I'm not sure if it was Vet 3 before that, after that, but removing the veterancy of the ML20 is actually quite important. And that actually bit extra damage is very important for the Panther as well. He will likely get snared. He actually may crush the conscripts. Does actually crush some of those Wonder Conscript models. Takes out the Su-85. Will get the AT grenade off. There's no Zis gun remaining. It is actually safe to stay, but it's sometimes you don't know in the fog of war. So it's a good. It's probably, while we know he could stake around, try to destroy this artillery piece from with fog of war perspective on. This is a good choice. Just to try to get out of there. You can't be losing this Panther. He does not know what he's going to be fighting up soon. Looks like saving up manpower for another King Tiger. The last one was pretty successful, honestly. Fresh Maxim, I think that was the one that actually finally got crewed.
Enemy forces are
still.
capturing our supplies.
Now, hear me out on this. Flak emplacement.
We have been
Yes, I know it's a
reduced to
stupid idea.
25 points. Failure is not. Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
It would be quite annoying to deal with. I forget, did they ever changes of the flak emplacements that can no longer be decrewed or no? Ooh, nice flamer burst. Wipes out the Volksgrenadier, not Volksjäger.
We are ready to build it or blow it.
Amazing Stukas barrage.
We have a new T-34
It's actually pretty
standing
far
by.
forward. I think, yeah, so far forward that even the Pinto Mount's firing.
Let's give them one.
He's aiming it for right there. Almost got hit max with that as well. Panther's Pinto Mount's coming in support. No Zisk gun left on the field. Got a T-34 76. I probably would have gone for an Su-85 myself. He will get a snare there, and the T-34s can go in. The Kennewifer way over here. Volksgrenadier still in the capture point. The only one model does retreat out now. And a fresh King Tiger's now out on the field. This can easily camp the central VP. He's going to need multiple Su-85s. I'm now thinking about it. Why didn't he go for more Su-85s? He knows he's fighting against a Panther, and the chances of our King Tigers, well, incredibly high. Because if the person usually goes for one, they tend to go for another one if they lose the first one. Now the Kennewifer could make his way to that point. Yes, he is.
We are losing territory.
He is building more anti-tank mines up there, even though he hasn't gone up there. Going for the artillery piece. T-34 way down here. Panther right here. Destroys the artillery piece.
We must protect our HQ.
And he got off the VP for some odd reason. Both of these tanks are reverse moving. Goes Incineroar on top of Maxim, very nice. Finds a small angle. And this is actually a great spot for the Panther. Panther just should leave its rear armor exposed, which will body block the T-34. King Tiger all the way in the base.
Our HQ is under
And
attack.
there we go. But MG-34, oh, the AoE suppression. No need for that.
We have a new Su-85 to deploy.
Incendiary barrage coming on in, saturating the entire VP. Though it's a little bit weaker than I remember.
The enemy is attacking our
Double
HQ.
capture in favor of the Axis players for now.
We have only 10 points remaining.
This would be a single capture again. Comm engineers outside the fire. King Tiger just camping the base. And there's a frontline Volksjägers deployed on now. King Tiger found one of those many landmines. He put too many landmines up here. He started doubling them up when the first set maybe got detonated. Panther's blitzing around, Vet 4 Panther. Central VP's captured, and this point's captured, saying, yeah, that's pretty much the end of the game. And that's the end of the replay. This is Agion saying, thank you for watching, and signing off.